One alcoholic drink, please, bartender. I apologize. You scared me. I hope you wouldn't mind if I took a seat here in this early 1900s chair in front of this early 1900s bonfire in the early 1900s. Forgive my manners. Please, please. What was your name? Oh, that is a lovely name. Oh, well, you can call me Way to Die. Now, this here tavern is out in the middle of nowhere, and no offense, but you don't exactly seem like an out in the middle of nowhere type of person. You traveling anywhere by chance? Hendersonville? Tennessee? No. Oh my gosh, by no means can you go to Hendersonville. Why? Do you not know? Do you not know of the wicked Weregeese of Middle Tennessee? Fine. If I can't stop you from going, I may as well enlighten you. Back in 1860, there was a train going along the outskirts of Dixon County, harboring a large group of circus animals owned by a man named Daniel Rice. Now, Rice's dream was always to be the most famous circus in all of Middle Tennessee, and, well, he was willing to go to any lengths to make that dream a reality. You see, Rice made a deal with the devil. I know, but hear me out. A few years prior, Rice gave his soul to the devil in exchange for two creatures that were guaranteed to make him Middle State famous. Boy, they did. They could do things that nobody else could ever dream of. They were super strong, super fast, but only at night. You see, the strangest thing about these two wolf men was that during the day, they were normal folk like you and I. But at night, they transformed into something terrible, unholy, feral. But they still followed Rice's every command without question. What nobody, unfortunately, realized was that these beasts were on collars that they had gotten loose of. You see, this train, back in 1860, was supposed to arrive at the station where Daniel Rice and his men were waiting the next morning. But it did not. Upon seeing that it hadn't, Rice and his men went out to go see what the problem was. The problem was that the train had been derailed halfway to the station, with its crew and parts of them strewn about the cabin of each car. Horrible sight. They sent out a search party to recover all the animals, and successfully did so, except for the two dubbed Wolfmen of Borneo. With no sightings until almost a year later, a landlord and his hired hand were traveling across a road when suddenly one of the wolfmen jumped out and grabbed the hired hand by his own head. Luckily for the landlord, the wolfman's attention was much more focused on this hired hand of his, and he was able to get away to warn the townsfolk and the mayor. As you could imagine, the news of a predatory beast that could rip you in half with its bare hands spread like wildfire. In an attempt to put an end to all this madness, the mayor rounded up a hunting party, and they decided to go catch and kill the beast once and for all. They took with them the corpse of a goat, lanterns, and rifles in an attempt to trap and kill the beast then and there. Their only lead to where the beast might be was a small patch of land where the geese population had decreased by over 99%. This was a bit of a pattern, as everywhere they went, the wolfmen seemed to eradicate the geese population in every area. The men staked out that night and set up the goat corpse hanging from a tree. One of the men, while waiting, sat there until, through the scope of his rifle, saw a huge, hulking figure approaching the corpse. He signaled to the other men that something was there, and before they knew it, the big, enormous creature had already leapt on top of the corpse and was devouring it whole. They emptied their rifles into the beast, and smoke filled the air. When the dust had finally settled, they found the corpse and the wolfman missing, along with 2 of their own hunters. Seeing that there was nothing they could do, they simply returned to the town. The wolfmen continued to migrate northeast, shooting through towns, eradicating the goose population, and terrorizing the citizens, until they finally settled in Hendersonville. There, they eradicated the goose population, and then lied dormant for about a week. Everybody was confused, bewildered, until one night, both of the wolfmen showed up with an army of hundreds of weregeese. The hive mind wolfmen proceeded to direct the geese to tear apart the village, leaving no buildings, no bathrooms, no townspeople undestroyed. Horrible. One townsfolk, the owner of an unnamed snack stand, so of course his legacy will be lost forever to history, wrote an account of the attack before he died. He said it was the worst thing he had ever seen or experienced. He could hear the screams and the squawking of geese. It was also overwhelming. After the weregeese and the wolfmen had ravaged the town, the wolfmen left, and the geese returned to their normal selves. Years later, other settlers came upon the ruins of Hendersonville and decided to rebuild and settle there. The one thing that survived the attack was the unnamed snack stand owner's account of the attack. In hopes to mitigate the wrath of the weregeese, the people of Hendersonville let the geese roam freely and poop everywhere. It's disgusting, but a man's got to do what a man's got to do. But legend says that if the 2 hive mind wolfmen were to ever return, then the wrath of the weregeese may be inflicted upon the people of Hendersonville again. I hope that might dissuade you, but if you're so stubborn as to still go to that horrible place, I wish you my best. See you around, kid.